Do you feel done with the 3D? You feel done living in fear, struggling with money? Are you ready to move into 5D? I'm here with one of my pet rats, Yoda, and today we're talking about signs that you are moving into the 5th dimension. Because this is something you can do already now, even before we have moved into the golden age. It's a choice. Here are 5 signs that you are moving into the 5th dimension. Sign number 1 is that you trust your gut feeling more than your intellectual mind or what society expects of you. For example, when I graduated from university, I just kind of assumed that, okay, now my next step is I need to get a job. And even though I hated 9-to-5s, I never thought about becoming an entrepreneur, for example. It's just what society expected of me. Another example was when I met my twin flame Steph. I first ran away because I felt like he's too young and hot, and I wanted to settle down. So I thought, well, he's just gonna leave me. So I was just thinking like intellectually and pushing my feelings aside. Now put in the comments, I know my intuition is guiding me in the right direction. I know my intuition is guiding me in the right direction. Sign number 2 is that you are noticing meaningful synchronicities in your life. And this happens because you are following the flow of the universe. You are letting it guide you. And this is a very 5D state of being. So for me, this often manifests as seeing 11:11 on the clock when I'm thinking about something, some decision to take. That's a confirmation for me that I am taking the right decision. Another synchronicity that I experience a lot is through songs. So me and Steph have been thinking about moving abroad, and we're kind of like, do we stay longer in England? Do we wait? And that same day, I have this app called Musician where you learn how to sing. And then the song for that day was something like moving to a different country, leaving my old life behind. And we were kind of just like singing that throughout the day, and then we were like, hang on, this is like a crazy synchronicity that was the song for today, when we've been talking all day about whether we should stay in England or move abroad. Sign number 3 that you are shifting to the 5th dimension is that you are letting go of ego. And I'm not saying like dissolving the ego completely. It does serve its purpose, especially in dangerous situations. But in 5D, it's more that your soul becomes the master and your ego is the servant. So you're letting go of obsessions with material possessions, status, and just old patterns. You're releasing old patterns that doesn't serve you anymore. An example of this is my friend's parents. They've decided to cut contact with my friend because every time she tells them when they disrespects them, they get anxiety attacks. So instead of like looking within and growing, looking at their ego issues, looking at their inner child wounds, they just decide to just cut contact with her and they see her as the problem. That's a very 3D way of thinking. Every time me and Steph have a fight or a discussion, we go inside and think, okay, is this truly something that they did? Or is this an ego issue, a trigger that is within me that I need to deal with? And usually we find out that it was at least one of us who had a trigger, some inner childhood perhaps that came up that we need to deal with. Sign number 4 that you are shifting into 5D is that you are shifting your focus from 100% the spotlight being on you in your life to also looking at the rest of the world. How can you help the world with your unique gifts and talents? I, for example, am very passionate about talking about spiritual awakening in the 5D, which I do through my YouTube, my blog, my social media. For you, it might be being a doctor, selling vegan cookies, just sharing your art with the world. Think about like what can you do to help the world in some way. And if you have no idea what your purpose is or it's not very clear, then check out my free guide on how to find your purpose in 5 simple steps, link in description. Sign number 5 is unity consciousness. So you're just feeling so connected to all beings, not just humans. Like for example, I used to be really scared of rats, but now I see them as these really intelligent, beautiful souls. In the 3D, we tend to just feel empathy and love towards just our inner circle, like our loved ones. and then feel more of a distance towards others. Like you can see this in football teams, for example, how they will like literally fight each other like when it's a different team, right? But in the 5D, you feel connected to everybody because you know that we're all drops in the ocean of God. I'd love to hear in the comments if this resonates. Let me know. Love you so much and have a beautiful day.